I'd like to welcome to Muscle News Weekly, this 212 special. A very good friend of mine I've known since 2009, Ricardo Correia. Ricardo, how you doing, mate?
Well, Dave, absolutely great right now, to be honest. You know, but like, long story short, we're going to go through for this episode for the MD. I appreciate Giles and Rosie's doing a great job, and it's a pleasure to be part of it.
Yeah, anytime, mate, anytime. So, okay, then, right, well, you're actually in the UK at the moment, because last year I heard that you told me you were moving to America, and then I messaged you a few weeks later, and you went, no, I've moved to Dubai. Now you've come back. So where are you at the moment? What's going on?
I still, well, I was supposed to go to America. That was a dream to move to San Diego, and then changed my mind because I visited Dubai after the Kuwait show, and I loved the place. 2 months later, that was me and my girl. We moved to Dubai. Yeah. And things going really well out there. Very excited. It was a good move. It was a good move, but we went through struggles. You know, it's good at this point, but me and my girl for the first few weeks, I even thought, wow, are we did the right move? Are we gonna get any better? But eventually we did. We had faith in God, and just put the graft in work, and there we go. We're doing very well in Dubai, to be honest.
I mean, you told me you were doing really well with personal training, because obviously out there is, I mean, Rosie moved out there several years ago, and she said there is a lot of money for people that have that get up and go attitude and really want to go after it. So someone like you that's kind of full of energy, and I imagine they absolutely loved you in Dubai. So when do you go back then?
Yeah, so we moved in December.
Last December.
Last year, 2017, December, just before Christmas. We moved out there, but things start picking up just after New Year. Start picking up for us, and we able, like, I'm fully booked with my PT and everything. But while we want to talk about it is, I start my prep at 13 weeks out, 14, if I'm not lying. And then I was going through about 3 weeks into my prep. I woke up a day and I started losing vision on my left eye. And literally it was a bit scary because I didn't just lost the vision. It was just through the day I started losing the vision. I didn't have any training session. I didn't do any physical stuff. It was just because me and my family suffer a lot with eyes. We always use contact lenses all our lives. We have eye problems, but the retina is attached. I went to the private hospital in Dubai, and they tried to bury my life. So they tried to charge me in pounds, 10,000 pounds to fix my left eye.
What's that, $14,000?
Yeah, $13,000 just to fix my retina. You know, and I wasn't too sure about the doctor, and I know UK got the best doctors in the world. Is a hospital called Moorfields. They literally hospital just for eyes. I was in a plane 2 hours later, come to the UK. I don't even waste my time. I was like, it don't matter my health, my vision, it comes first. So I go in the plane, didn't say anything to anyone. I literally come with a free pair of clothing to UK, really? Just for you to imagine. Because I thought I'm going to get my surgery done and come back to Dubai, get back to work, and get back on my prep. The doctor started laughing at me. He was like, you going where? I was like, I got work to do in Dubai. He was like, mate, you can't go anywhere. We're going to put gas in your vision. So what do you mean? He said, when you put the gas, because of the pressure of the plane, you cannot fly back. And I was like, okay, so how long the gas come off? Can be about 2-3 weeks. I was like, okay, that's fine. So while he was operating, I was awake. So while he was operating, he realized the retina is attached from a long distance. He said, I said, is you gonna put the short gas on? He said, may I have to put the long one? And I said, what do you mean with the long one? He said, the long will take about 8 to 10 weeks for the gas come off. And that's me in the middle of everything thinking, I got my life is in Dubai. I got my trip Olympia. I was like, oh my God, this guy got everything in there fixing my while I'm awake.
So
everything just coming through my mind at the time.
Was this the same thing that happened to Shanique Grant last year?
I think so, because I realized she has eye problems as well, and she had to pull out.
That's a detached retina. That's a detached retina.
And I was like, it's not in my power. All I had to do at that time was pray. Oh, that's all I did. I pray hard. I had very good support from all my family come down to support me. My mom drove from Manchester like 4 or 5 hours. My sister, my brother. So all I wanted to have the blessing to make sure everything was going all right for me. And the doctors was really amazing. They done a good job. They treat me like a son. And thank God, I couldn't train for 3 weeks. And they literally started my prep 2-3 weeks ago. But
can you see me doing this?
I think I need to put a patch in my eye. Captain's a good boy.
Your vision's good, mate. Your vision's good. Your vision's good. Okay, so I mean, obviously, you know, you're obviously deep into Olympia prep. How's your Olympia prep going?
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Literally, I don't know if I'm lucky or is a blessing from God, from my parents, good genetic. I couldn't train for 3 weeks. I was literally just dieting. And 2 weeks since I got back in training, my body completely changed. I'm around 224 pounds today.
Wow.
I think that's the biggest and the best I ever looked. This close to sure. Because when
you've sent me some pictures and like you look ready. You're ready to 24. Now you turned pro in 2013 as a 90 kilos, so that was 198 pounds. So you're telling me you're in that condition at 26 pounds heavier.
I'm way better. I'm a lot fuller.
Yeah.
I've got that 3D look now, especially when I train. I get pumped. I get that free look. Because last year when I come on Olympia stages, he was there. Everything was. I was happy to be there. Let's put it this way. I didn't fully focus in what I should do properly for the show. I was in shape, but I messed it up because I lost control of timing. Go ahead.
I have a theory, and I want you to tell me if I'm right. When I saw you, remember I interviewed you for MD at the Meet the Olympians. I saw you, and I said to Steve Blackman, I said, Ricardo you look really drawn, and you were really dry, and I was like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't need to be that dry right now. And you look really kind of, you know, like not small, but you look like you were really depleted. And then when I saw you at the Olympia, you looked full, but it looked to me like you'd overcarved because you had a bit of an issue with the stomach. Now that's something that wasn't prevalent when you won Chicago, Vancouver, and it certainly wasn't like that for Prague. So was it a case of coming down too far and then overcompensating?
Yeah, look, let's put it this way, as I'm not going to make the same mistake this year, as I'm flying to America on the 4th of September, so I go to US 10 days before the show.
Perfect.
So by the time I was leaving UK last year, it was the week of the show, so I started depleting before the flight. By the time I go in US, I deplete to make way, and then that's when you play catch up. But that can mess everything up.
It's a pendulum. You overcompensated.
Yeah. So you over depleted to try to compensate, to put the water back in, to put the carbs back in. So body just react really funny.
You see, I messaged you and I said, because you got 10th place at your first Olympia, you know, it's obviously in your first year as a pro. And I said, if you look like Kate, say kind of how you did for the 3 wins last year, Prague, Vancouver, Chicago, I think you should have been. I would have maybe had you 3-4 spots higher. I think you would have been around 6th, 7th. But so obviously you're not going to make that same mistake again twice this year. So what is the goal for this year? What's the goal for this year?
Believe me, we all so close to each other. At this point, you see everyone is improving. Yeah. Everyone is way better. Before being a bodybuilder, I'm a fan of the bodybuilders I compete against because they're really awesome. They're all improving, but I'm doing the same thing. I'm out here working hard, improving, and I'm not gonna hide from anyone. I want to be top 3 in Olympia this year at least. So I'm going for the top 3. But I do know anyone can go. Potentially, we got guys like Nicholas if he qualifies in Tampa. You got Derek's making probably the most improved guy. But as I say to everyone, it's still too soon to say anything because it's still 6 weeks. No one wins shows are 6 weeks out. Flex is the guy. You know, everyone knows. Ashkenani's got the size. Rosier's got the name. Y'all has been there. He's played third last year. You can't cut him out. David Henry. Zane, Sean Clarida, for me, is the most conditioned guy on stage.
Yes. Yeah,
I think he still get. I still believe he still get overlooked because of his weight. But I say to everyone, when you look at this guy, listen, he's a giant for his eye. So he's sharp, he's well balanced, he's got everything in the right place. Man, he's dangerous. When everyone look and laugh at his way, I say just try to stand next to him. You're gonna realize how freak this guy is.
It's all relative because he's got small joints, he's short, he's small framed, but he's got that kind of flex wheeler fullness and roundness and muscle bellies, you know. And it's like you can't, you know, guys like him and like yourself, you know, you prove that you can beat bigger guys because you've got those beautiful long muscle bellies and tie-ins, and it's quality.
Yeah, and I admire the guy. Like, I've got so much respect for him because, you know, he's one of them guys. As you see these days, everyone can add size on. I'm gonna be a classic physique. It's like, hold on a minute. You still need to have the lines to be a classic physique. You just gonna drop weight and be a classic physique because it's so Regan doing it. So everyone now is a fashion thing. Oh no, I'm gonna. And Clarida is proving the world. With his body weight, he weighs like 180 pounds.
170.
He's smoking everyone.
He's 172 pounds at the Olympia last year. He's given away 40 pounds. It was like when Sean Ray was competing against guys like Dorian and Nasser. He was giving away 40, 50 pounds. You know, it's incredible. Yeah.
So this is what I tend to tell people. It's like I'm a bodybuilder. I'm not going to go into the fashion or whatever because at the end of the day. Actually, it's funny to mention this because the argument with Dexter got involved with Jeremy Bondia. Who would fly? I wouldn't fly from UK to US to watch a men's physique or classic physique. As much respect I have for the guys, and you got brilliant physiques. I'm friends with all of them, but we're going for the freaks.
Yeah,
you want to watch the open guys? They look like cartoons, something unreal. So it's like to look at a guy with an amazing physique. You just turn up in any gym and you'll see loads of them in there. But a guy looks like Bonac, Rulli, Big Ramy. You're not going to see that anywhere. So the only way to see it is in Vegas. So you're going to pay your ticket to watch that kind of look. You're not going to pay a ticket to see a men's physique. As much respect I have for all these guys, because I'm friends with all of them, and they got wicked physique. A lot of people die for it to look like them, but to pay the ticket to watch a show, you pay to watch the freaks.
So what do you think about my co-host Kamal El Gagni?
Kamal, I love Kamal. I'm glad you mentioned Kamal.
He's my co-host for today because Rosie's off in Japan guest posing.
I've been friends with Kamal for so many years. Been watching Kamal for so many years. Kamal is one of them guys who went through hell to be where he's at. That's what people need to start training to these guys.
Like you.
Yeah. So the people need to start training. The people go through hell to get to where they are. Never sleep on them. And Kamal is one of them guys. He's got low experience. He knows how to take when he's down. He knows how to bounce back, back up. He knows how to do all these things because I saw Kamal winning amateur shows. Them look like a pro, you know what I mean? So even I remember Kamal in 2010, if I'm not wrong, he beat Sean Tavernier in Arnold Classic.
Yes, it was 2010. It was 2010. Yeah.
I'm not sure about the year, but I think it was 2010.
Yep. 2010.
He just shows how good the guy is. He's very experienced. He hasn't got the size he used to have a few years back, but it just shows he's a dark horse because when he went to the Arnold Classic, no one even mentioned him. And guess what? He comes out as Arnold Classic champion.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
He's still got 5 pounds before he reaches the 212 limit. So
yeah,
because I was there, everyone was like, it's like, Giles, you know, you're right, this guy is really good, because I interviewed him and they were like, who is that guy? And I went, no, let me interview him. And they said, is he even a pro? And I went, well, he wouldn't be at the Meet the Arnold, you know, the pro thing. I said he wouldn't be here otherwise. So let me interview him. I said he's really good. He could be top 3. He could win. Yeah. And then when they were like, obviously they were like, your guy's gonna win. I was like, I think he might win. I said, yeah, but I said, you know what? That's not even Kamal at his best.
Yeah. Yeah, and we do know Kamal. That's the thing.
Yeah, I've seen him better than that. You know what I mean?
He can come fuller. He's still got room to fill out. He's got great physique. He's got great lines. He knows how to pose. It's no joke. And one other guy I want to mention is Charles Dixon.
Yes.
He had an amazing year. Good. He was second in Arnold Classic for Kamal. He won the Phoenix show, if I'm not wrong, whatever show was.
And he was second to you last year.
Yeah. And when people talk about fitness, that guy's got a size. And now he actually brought his mid-session down. Yes. He controlled his mid-session. So now he's another guy. Nobody can sleep on him because he's working in silence.
And Kamal only beat him by 1 point. It was 22 points to 23 points at the Arnold. So he was beating Samir Trudy, Dave Henry, Jose Raymond. You know, this is the Arnold Classic. It's the second biggest pro show in the world after the Olympia. You know. Yeah. So okay, so let's obviously you've got the Olympia and you're aiming for top 3. What about the post-Olympia shows? Are you going to go and defend your Prague title?
I would love to be honest. Of course, Olympia is the biggest show in the world, and it's been a dream to do it. But after Olympia, Prague was the best show I've ever done in my life.
Fantastic.
The crowd is crazy, it's wild. The staff, they treat you so good. Thanks to Anita, she done a great job. Oh, he's just unreal. Prague, I would love to do it. But after I went through with my eye coming to UK, as you guys know, like it cost me hell because all my life is in Dubai. I had to rent a place in Liverpool. I had to start from the scratch. While I'm prepping, I had to build all the things around me to be able to have a really good prep. As now I'm settled, I'm doing everything properly, everything is in the right place, but it's a lot of money still.
Right.
In my health, because I'm put everything, because for me after the test, I like to push myself to even inspire people out there to never give up. And I want to do the Olympia. I want to come out on my best. I don't want to make no eyes excuse because I'm going to come out my best. The eye long gone. I don't like these people sit around. Whatever comes wrong, they blame. Oh, yeah, I looked good 2 weeks ago and it just matters in a day. So I'll come the best Olympia time. I got plenty of time in my hands. So there's no excuse to not turn up and look good. And then after the Olympia, just on a rest because I need to focus in fix my eye properly because at the moment I can't even wear any contact lenses in my left eye.
Okay.
And my plans are give few months after Olympia and basically put contact lenses in my eye to make sure it fixed for good and I don't need to worry about put any other contact lenses. So they're going to put the one inside. So I'm just going to fix myself like I did in like I did in 2017 after my pro debut in Tampa. So I tend to always go back. I'm still gonna put the work, gonna still improve, analyze what went good, what went wrong, regardless any placing. Even if I win, I still analyze my physique. Is always work to be done, and I wanna come improved for next year. But as I say, is one step at a time. A lot of things can happen. Even today, so I tend to focus after my high. I tend to focus on today instead of just thinking about the future. Right. So it's about today, and today is the prep for the Olympia, and that's what I'm focused on.
Okay, you know? Even I know now you've said that, but I would love to see you at Korea and Prague. I want to see you at Korea and Prague. I want to see you at Korea and Prague because that's good prize money, and I might be at those shows, so it'd be nice to, yeah, be cool. So anyway, okay.
You've been there a few times. I know the show is just amazing. It's just amazing. Yeah. I even get goosebumps. The show is just too good. Everything around that show is too good. You've been there, and of course, catching up with you and Rosie is always a pleasure. You guys been support me for I don't know how many years. So it's always good to, as I say, I made family in bodybuilding. I didn't make friends, I made family. This is why when I go to bodybuilding shows, people tend to ask, hey, how come you're so happy? You're all smiling. Why are you so... And I'm like, listen, I enjoy this. I make memories for life. After bodybuilding, I got friends for life. You know what I mean? I got Flex. I'm really close to Flex. I love Flex to bits. I love Flex family to bits. All the competitors I compete against, I make friends. I'm not there like these boring bodybuilders who just upset. They just want to fight everyone. When it comes down to the stage, it's not humble. I wanna kill everyone. It's no humble. For me, it's like watching a boxing match and everyone is so nice to each other. No. Cut it off. This is why, that's one thing I like about Derek, is putting the fire in bodybuilding. And that's what I like. He wants to win. He's telling people what he believes he can do. I don't want this type of thing when people go, oh yeah, I love this guy. Oh, I got no chances. So what do you even point to watch these guys competing? Because they're already being too nice. So I like what's Derek doing it because he's bringing a lot to bodybuilding. That's what I'm going to do on stage. When I come on stage, I'll be pushing them around. I'll do everything off stage. We go for dinner. But when we step in here, I believe me, I don't like anyone. You know what I mean? So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to be even a bit cocky because that's the way I do on stage. I'll bring the energy. I'm going to put a show for the crowd. But hey, I want to kill everyone on stage. Don't come with Mr. Nice on stage because it doesn't work, you know. And I would love to see that even in an open class, like guys like Nathan Diasha come in and start pushing everyone. Because at the end of the day, he's there to win. He's not there to just make a number. So you know, he needs to go there and cause trouble.
There's Mr. Nice Ricardo off stage, and there's Mr. Evil Kill 'em all on stage.
That's the way to be, and I swear, like the only thing I believe Derek did do is in a smart way was calling names out. If I'm gonna say I want to win a show, I don't need to mention names, and that's one of the things he done it wrong, in my opinion. Yeah. You know, other people might not see that way. He was calling people out, like saying, I want to beat Flex, I want to beat Rose, I want to beat Ashkenani. He showed respect, but he mentioned names. So I don't need to mention names who I want to beat. All I have to say is I want to be top 3. So by you saying you're placing, you don't respect anyone. You just need to write it down where you want to be. You know, if you call people out, and then you need to deal with the people. So some people take it good, some people take it wrong. But then the day is the game. You don't like it, get off.
So I mean, I think I'll be going. Me and Rosie will be going ballistic if you're in the first call out, mate. I mean, that is going to be Flex, and well, we won't mention names, but come on. Tell you what, I'll mention the guys that are in this episode. We've got Nicholas, Charles, Kamal, Clarida, and you, and Flex in the first call out. So that's fair. That's fair.
Because this is what bodybuilding was missing, this fire. And I don't want to knock any of the class out. I believe the 212 will be the most excitement because is very, very open. In about 15 guys, anyone can place anywhere.
Yep.
Sam is there. Everyone is there, so anyone can be anyone. So it's very open. You know, no one can say this year, oh, this guy already clear one, because the only guy who's been stripping off properly is like Derek. We saw a couple of shots of Flex. I saw a couple of shots of Charles Dixon, but guys like Sean Clarida, myself, we literally just see a pair of arms. No one knows what anyone's look like. No one knows how Kamal looks like. Nobody knows how I look like. Nobody knows how Ashkenani look like. He never shows to anyone. Nobody knows how Rosé looks like. David Derry. They can make improvements, you know. But
do you know what?
I just believe bodybuilding needs a young blood. And that's what we bring it in.
It always needs that, because that's something the open class is really kind of lacking. You got guys like Nathan Diasha, you know, Sergio, who's not even qualified yet. You know, it's like we kind of need these new guys to come through and really kind of shake things up, you know. And I mean, it's new faces always welcome, especially at the Olympia, where, you know, like you know, especially when those new guys like yourself or Lunsford are in that first call out, and everyone's, you know, everyone loves it.
Yeah,
you know? So
I swear because I visualize these things. I even get goosebumps right now, because you have to believe you got to be in that first call out. And having guys like Sean Clarida, Derek, myself. Sean Clarida is a bit more laid back. He doesn't really want to say things or do things, but me and Derek, we can be a bit more cocky, as in a good way. But because we're very competitive, we like to push it, to bring it. Like Charles Dixon did that in Arnold Classic.
Chicago. Oh, sorry.
Arnold Classic this year. I messaged him. First thing I said to him, oh, at least he learned something from me. Because that's all we did in Chicago. I have a long, short story in Chicago. In the first call out, I start pushing Charles Dixon away.
Oh, did you?
And he's going to know it. He's going to know it. But the whole show, he was distracted, and the judge was telling him off because he kept trying to fight me and start giving it to me. And I was like, I don't care. I said to him, I don't care. You upset? I don't care. I'm here to win.
Yeah.
And I start knowing him, and when we come off stage, he was so annoyed with me. It's like, never do that again, man. Come on. I was like, you think I give a shit? I'll do that again and again and again. Because this is competition. And then he did that in Arnold Classic. He was fired up, pushing for the crowd. And I text him, I was very happy, because bodybuilding needs this fire again. We don't need to go to this boring. Everyone loves everyone. Everyone is nice to everyone. We need to bring the fire, because, come on, Giles, we've been in this game for so long. You know, we need something like this. You know, it's been for a few years, bodybuilders going down not because of the physiques, but because there's no fire into the classes.
So, you know, like Phil Heath's confidence, which sometimes comes across to some people say, oh, it's arrogance, it's cockiness. I was talking to, I was at the Arnold Europe, and me and Rosie got a cab with Victor Martinez. And I said to Victor, and I said, so what do you think about Phil and, you know, and his confidence? And he says, do you know what it is, Giles? He says, we're not allowed to be confident. He says, we're not allowed to be confident, and we should be. And he was in defense. He was basically defense, because he could see what I was hinting at. And he said, look, he says, basically was saying, you know, if a 7-time Mr. Olympia can't be confident to generate, you know, and be himself and kind of talk openly, it's like, he says, well, you know, he kind of just shut me down. He was like, no, you know, these guys should be allowed to be confident when they are the best, and they know it, and you know, they believe it, you know?
Yeah. I said that to a lot of people. Said that as much as you don't like, the guy is the best, and he's Mr. Olympia.
I like him.
And bodybuilding fans are very tricky. You've been in the game for so long, you know. Bodybuilding fans, they jump sides every single week. Oh, this guy should have won. Oh, this guy. And when Phil was second, everyone wants Phil to win. Yeah. When Phil start winning, they want Kai to win. I was there. Now Rami's winning. Phil is winning. They want Rami to win. Yeah. So they jump sides, and they try to knock the jump out.
I remember. I mean, you probably would have been about 4 years old in 2007.
Yeah, that was a year before starting this.
2007, 2008. I remember the hatred, and I mean, it was really towards Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
And then Jay comes back in 2000, loses the Olympia to Dexter in 2008, comes back in 2009, and everyone was just, oh my God, Jay's amazing. We all love him. And it's funny how the fans can go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
They do that all the time. Anyone post a picture, they're already saying he's gonna be the Miss Olympia. Rami posts a picture, oh yeah, he wins this year.
You know when Phil,
Sean Roden posts a picture, he's gonna win. Bonac posts a picture, is gonna win. Everyone's gonna win.
I remember when Phil Heath won, obviously, his first Olympia in 2011, and there were some pictures posted of him guest posing, and I think about 11, 12 weeks out, so he just started his prep. And everyone was saying, oh, he looks terrible, he's not going to win. I was like, listen, this guy transforms. You can't judge someone 3 months out how they're going to look in 3 months' time, knowing that that's how he looks at this point, you know?
It shows how much you know about bodybuilding, because I had these discussions with a lot of people. It's two guys, always look soft at probably 6 weeks out, 4 weeks out to the show. It's actually the two Miss Olympias, Phil and Flex.
Okay.
They always look, they be pretty off. This year, Flex is a way better. He's ahead. But if you look into the previous years, they always look pretty soft. These guys know their physique so well. The coaches know their physique so well. They can transform their physiques in 4 weeks. That's what people don't realize. They're not amateurs. They're professionals, and they'll be there for a long time. They know their bodies up and down. They don't burn themselves out. That's exactly the example you said to me at Olympia. I come in too quick, too soon. You're not supposed to be ready 4 weeks before. You're supposed to be ready in a week of the show. Yeah. So they're pros. They've been there. They know their physiques for over 15 years. They know how to bring the best. And Phil always looked terrible at 10, 12 weeks out or 7 weeks out.
He doesn't like Mr. Olympia, does he?
No one wins Mr. Olympia at that time. Yeah. So you need to wait for the weekends. He comes September, he's always bloody, brings it. He's shredded to the bone. I was in the same room with Phil, and that guy doesn't play. Seriously. Incredible. I was like, what the hell? I remember to take my phone off. He made a joke. He was like, oh, you tried to film my bum? like tried to film me a faggot? It's like, I don't even want to film you anymore. And we had a little joke in there. He don't play the way he does things. He comes in condition.
Do you think Rolly's going to move up this year?
This is why I've been, oh my God. People always write him off. And for a few years, I've been like, man, if he really does what he does all the time, 2 weeks later, he comes better after the Olympia.
Arnold Australia, Prague, he always seems to drop weight and then look so much better. Do you think they bring him in too heavy and too big for the Olympia?
I think Arnold? Too heavy because when you look at the lineup, the only guy can actually match Rami in size is Rolly.
Rolly, yeah.
Anyone else is getting dwarfed by Rami. So Rolly's the only one can match the size. So guess what? Every time he does Olympia, 2 weeks later, he's beating guys like Bonac and Dexter in show rodents. He tends to win shows after the Olympia. So that's what he did when he lost. He was top 4 in Arnold Classic. When he went to Australia, no one was even near Rolly. No. So one thing I start thinking is that he should do Tampa and then go to the Olympia. Yeah. Because he tends to do a show and then he comes better. Yeah. But Rolly, I tell you what, Bonac looks crazy at this point, but remember the guy can push Phil right now is Rolly. If he comes just as good as he come in Arnold Classic in Australia, that's my opinion. Yes. He's the only guy can actually push Rolly, push Phil.
I think so because Rolly always seems to get better, and the other guys just seem to fade. Roden was barely hanging on. He was, Bonac always seems to look amazing when it really counts. When he looks at the Arnold Classic and the Olympia, he looks perfect, and then he always just seems to fade as the post-Olympia shows go on. Whereas Rolly's kind of the other way around, isn't he?
The other way around. He's dangerous, Giles. We know Rolly. We both know Rolly for so many years. Yeah. He's always laid back, chill, But I think this year is going to be a different ball. That guy And you saw me just posing in India past week. He's the best I've seen him, especially at this stage. And if he looks the way he looks right now, he's got the size, condition is already there. We better watch out.
Yeah, I'm really excited for him this year. I'm really excited. Okay, well, I think we said we're going to keep this to 10 minutes. I think we've been going 45 minutes. So,
we always do, mate. We always do.
Do you know what? At the Olympia last year, the video guy was saying, right, Giles, at the Meet the Olympians, he says, right, keep the interviews to maybe 3-4 minutes max. And I saw you, and I was like, this ain't fucking lasting 3-4 minutes.
It's impossible in you to be for a short period of time, because we always speak the truth. We always speak our minds, and we love bodybuilding before anything. That's the thing. Some people do bodybuilding, but they drag themselves. We have passion for what we do. We're pretty excited. It's the same with Rosie. When she steps on stage, she shows how much bodybuilding is. Not just step on stage and just be average and walk around just to say, I'm out here. Now, we do it with a passion before anything, to be honest.
You know, the first time I saw you was in 2009, and my friend Amjad was telling me about this amazing middleweight from Leicester, because it was Leicester Kidderminster.
Yeah.
And he said, no, this guy's really good. I've seen him at the qualifier, and it was the British finals that year. It was a really good middleweight class, and I saw you come on stage, and I was like, fuck, he is really good, isn't he? And then obviously in 2012, you won the light heavies, but you lost the overall to Ant Bales. 2013, you came back. You know, the week before you'd messed up and got 6th at the Arnold Europe, pulled it round, and then you won the British finals in 2013. You know, it's just amazing.
It's funny because you've been watching my career, and my physique is always I have a trial and then I do well the next time. It's always like, okay, do the first one, go kill for the second one. So I've been doing this for the past 10 years. Every time I step on stage, it's like I lose the first year, I come back on the next year. I lose the week before, I come back for the following week. And my body tends to do that. So it was the same in Tampa. I remember to go in Chicago and nobody knew I was. Right. And they're like, the hell is this guy? Is his pro debut? I was like, mate, go look back. I've done Tampa last year. I was like, did you? It was like, everyone was just shocked because they thought it was my pro debut in Chicago. I said, I look terrible. Just go look what I did like my pro debut in Tampa.
I think if you hadn't have done Tampa in 2016, I think with the 3 pro wins and top 10 at the Olympia, I think you would have taken Rookie of the Year, which Derek Lunsford took.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. But it's funny when I look back, because as you said, when I won the free shows, every free shows I looked better, I was sharp, I was fuller. Like Chicago to Vancouver, I looked better in Vancouver. Vancouver to Prague, I looked better in Prague. And my physique tends to get better too. It was just Olympia, I slipped on that big time. And I tend to improve in Olympia. It just annoys me, that thing. I wasn't too focused into bring my best. I was just happy to be there and be next to everyone.
But you're coming back with a new attitude this year.
Yeah. So as we do all the time, one year I come a bit more humble. The next year I come the real rude boy.
So I mean, we've talked about your height before, because you said that guys like yourself, Milan Shadek, Zane Watson, you're quite tall for 212s, and now if you're 224 and you're in condition, close to it within a few pounds, do you think you'll ever go open?
Nah, I haven't got the structure to go open. As you know, I always suffered a lot with my mid-session. And every time I'm heavier, I tend to look a bit more blocky.
Right, okay.
So it was something I had to fix because I had stomach issues with the previous coach. He messed me up. And for the past few years, if I tell you how much my carbs intake is right now, you laugh at me. As a bodybuilder, my carb intake is about 80 grams of carbs.
Jesus.
For the whole day. So I'm probably the only bodybuilder. I see men physique eat more than I do. So I tend to play. I tend to play more with fats.
Okay.
Because my stomach can't cope with a lot of food
I always
now.
did that. I find I could diet almost keto for like 10, 12, 15 weeks. And as the carbs could go almost down to like 70, 80 grams, and I would just put the fats up. I felt absolutely great. I felt great on it.
Giles, I'll be honest with you, I've been dieting more on fish. I have one chicken meal. In the next 5 meals is 3 meals of salmon and 2 of white fish. And I'll be honest with you, I don't miss meat at all. I'm loving the fish. I love my fats. That was the best thing. If I knew what I knew today, I would be living on a salmon for the rest of my life. Because when you prep, it's light in the stomach. You get a lot of good nutrients with the fats. Your mind functions way better with the salmon. Mm-hmm. I feel like I don't even prep. I'm full of energy. Good. I swear, if I knew what I knew today, I would have never messed even my digestive system a few years back. Because all I thought was putting all the carbs in. Even I see guys carving up in 1,000 grams of carbs. Why do you need all that?
I used to see you at shows, and you would literally, because you said to me, I eat every 2 hours, and I would see you eating big Tupperware containers of a lot of rice,
you remember that?
A lot of chicken, and you were a big eater, and I was like, you don't need that much food. I mean, obviously you didn't.
It didn't work out because it's like anything, your body's like, even a machine breaks, your body's gonna break at some point. Pushing all that food in. It might work for the first 2-3 years. But then you're going to pay the price. So it's a lot of pressure in your kidneys, a lot of pressure in your liver. So you need to give yourself some time to digest the food and let your digestive system process better. Right now, I'm like very athletic. My waist is way smaller than it was last year. I improved my legs, I improved my back, I improved a lot of body parts. My chest is a lot fuller this year. It comes like together with the shoulders and stuff, so I'm pretty happy where I'm at. And guess what? I didn't need to push the food to the stage like, oh yeah, you need to eat loads of my food to catch up the size of them guys. I always said to people, my game is not the size. I need to come round in full. When I come round in full, being a bit more aesthetic, I was going to be a threat. Yeah. So that's what I'm working on. I'm not looking at what the other guys do. I'm working what works for me.
I remember last year, because I remember we met at MuscleWorks once, and I interviewed you for MD, and you asked me like my opinion on your physique, and I said, well, I think this was about 7-8 years ago, about 2011, and I said, I think you need more lower lat development, and I would like to see more detail in your legs, like more separation. And then last year, when you won those 3 pro shows, you brought them up. You had it. Your calves are like a strong point now. The separation was deep in your legs, your lat spread, your rear double bicep. It was all complete. It was all much more of a complete physique. Yeah.
And guess what? I'm training my calves almost every day these days.
Wow. I don't.
I swear, like, I said to myself, nobody ever lost a show by having a big calves. So I'm working in every single point. I'm working on my forearms because very weak. Now when I actually hit my front doubles in my side chest, the forearms doesn't look as weak because it kind of puts a little size on. It's never going to be a strong body part, but at least it's not visible as a weak point. So I'm able to flow my physique way better. So all I'm trying to do is fix few areas, because if I keep improving the strong areas, it's going to make the weak areas look even worse. So I'm trying to balance everything up, and it will be exciting to be able to bring a good package and show you guys at the Olympia. And plus, I might possibly do a guest pose in a 2 Pro show soon. So I'll speak to Bobby Chick and Paul Knight, and if it's possible, it's just 4 weeks before the Olympia, so I can guest pose anytime right now, and I'm in good condition to guest pose.
I've never seen you guest pose out of condition. I remember when you were doing it about 2015, and you were doing all those guest posings for the UK Federation, and you weren't even prepping for a show, but you were shredded. You were absolutely shredded for all of them. I think I saw you at I saw you several times. It was Leeds. I saw you a few shows,
Yeah.
and I was like, you're not even proper like dieting for a show, and you look like you're 3-4 weeks out from a big contest. You're like, no, this is the condition I keep myself in all year. But in terms of if you're going to stay as a 212, I always use the example of how Sean Ray every single year improved and refined his physique, but he didn't really change in body weight.
Yeah, that's exactly the right words. Refine. That's what people forget. They always tend to focus too much on the size. You got to a point is how much more can you grow? Because then you're going to be able to squeeze into the class. Because by the time you come down, you start losing the freakness because you start looking flat. So it's about my work right now is about refine my physique.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm 224. Probably the week of the show, I'm probably going to be around 216. That's what I want to be, 216, 218. And then I can make weight. And then come bring in my best. Because last year, I think I was on stage around 203.
203?
Yeah, that's how much I weighed last year. Yeah, Olympia. I was about 203. So I still got room.
What do you think you're going to come on stage at? What do you think you're going to weigh in at? Honestly,
I think I'm going to weigh I think I'm going to be banging on 212, 211 something. But I think I'm going to be on stage about 208, 209 this year.
Oh, really? You think you come down after when you weigh in?
I tend to come down. Some people tend to hold the weight. Some people tend to go up on weight. But as I say to people, I lose the lines when I go up. So I tend to look sharper when I go down.
Right.
So I don't lose the fullness. So I tend to stay. I lose about 3-4 pounds and I look better.
See,
so
I think that was what went wrong with your pro debut at Tampa because you didn't place top 10. And I think what your coach tried to do was try to bring you up closer to the 212 limit by trying to fill you out. And it kind of didn't work for you because I said to you afterwards, I said, whatever your best look is whatever your weight, whatever you weigh is whatever you look your best at. So if you're looking your best at 203, step on stage at 203 because you've got guys like Sean Claret at 170. He's not thinking I need to carb up here to 190 and and so I think you learnt your lesson from that one. So it was a good experience in that way.
Yeah, Giles, I got to charge it. I was like, my battery dying.
Well, yeah, okay. I think we better wrap this up anyway, mate. But honestly, really appreciate you taking the time for this, mate. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this as a separate interview a couple of days later. I'm going to put the first few minutes in Muscle News Weekly, and then I'll post the full unedited interview on MD on probably Tuesday. So big thank you, Ricardo.
Thanks to MD, thanks to Rosie, thanks to I cannot wait to catch up with you guys. Hopefully, it's gonna be fun. And the dinner is on me anyway. If I make top 3, so you better pray.
Okay. So I really hope he doesn't get 4th. So,
can you imagine that? I appreciate you, Giles.
Okay, so with Ricardo Correia, I'm Giles Thomas from Muscle News Weekly, and good luck, Ricardo, and we will see you on stage next weekend.
For a session.
Okay.
How much is it?
Don't worry about it.
What's going on here? I'm not having this.
What's that? Amino Spark?
That's exactly what it is. Amino Spark.